All right. Hey. Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. Preaching office of 1,000. The Kashawan of the I.S.U.P.K. Start out 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York on the convention, Yahanna. We're here to teach you blacks, Hispanics, and natives that you are the true Jews of the Bible. And of course, which should be the first thing, is that our oppressor is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's correct.
Tonight's class, we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. A lot of you idiots are going to be out there today, and I was telling the brother online now, driving here, man, it looks like a war going on outside, right? On the way here, I seen 2 accidents, tables with balloons. You could barely see the streets, man, and it's filled with a bunch of brothers who are dying and fighting to keep their slot in the house. And why is this important to know? It's important to know because 1, you are stupid in your ignorance of understanding that the Lord is not dealing with Valentine's Day, nor should you. And 2, you've already had this woman already. Brothers are going broke tonight to please a woman for 1, the fate of his slot in the house, and 2, to get trim that they already done had. You already had it, man. There was nothing great about what's happening tonight. And men are going broke, and sisters too. I know a sister right now that's treating herself to a Valentine's Day gift. She went out, she bought candy for herself, which is sad. She bought candy for herself. She sent flowers to her job. A lot of you sisters know a sister like that. This broad is sending, she had roses sent to her job for her. Now just think about that. Anybody has ever ordered flowers before, right? You place an order with the florist and they go, well, where do you want to send to? And you tell them the location you want it to be sent, right? And then they'll go, well, what's the message you want in the flowers? She set all of this up for herself. To what? Then be surprised at your slavery at your job and go, for me? You sent it to you. How sad is that? To want to be validated and feel so important and loved today that you would order flowers for yourself in order to feel good about it. Let me tell you something about Valentine's Day. The Lord is not a Valentine's Day. Right. All right. That feeling of love that you have, it's not really love. It's panic. That's really what this is. You want so desperately for somebody to love you today that you don't even know what it is to love. You don't even know what you're celebrating. And for those of you who believe in unconditional love, because I know that's the way of the world. You know, a lot of you Christians and you people out there believe in unconditional love. Love, no condition. Well, that's baloney, because guess what? If you think that unconditional love exists, come home empty-handed tonight, fellas. We'll see how much that unconditional love holds up when you're being put on the couch in the doghouse or being kicked out of the house because you didn't show your appreciation of this woman. Today is a day of worship of women. Today is a day of prostitution. Right. And nasty sex with some whore that you're just validating right now for the sole purpose of today. Because guess what? If today means that you love your spouse, what the hell does tomorrow mean? What is tomorrow? Am I not allowed, or am I permitted to not care anymore because our oppressor told us that today is the day we should love our spouse? Is today the only day? Because I posed that question in my slavery once or twice around this time. Mainly to the brothers, because those are the ones going broke over today. It's to please her. It's to show your appreciation for her. For doing what? Yelling at you for the whole year? I love you every day. My oppressor is not going to tell me what day I need to dedicate loving you. If that's the case, then today is your only day, ladies. Today is your only day. You're going to get it tonight, and then guess what? Tomorrow, he's free of it, because guess what? He don't got to love it. He don't have to do it no more. Brothers, she don't got to do it no more. You don't love the person that you're with right now if you're celebrating Valentine's Day. You don't love her, and you don't love him. You know why? because loving somebody is not just words. It's not a word. It's not just words and a feeling. Love is an action, something that you have to do. Love comes with rules and guidelines. For example, I'll prove it to you. If we're talking about feelings, right? It's a brother in here right now, right? Mashallah, right? If Mashallah was in California or Nebraska or Detroit, right? My job as a brother to that brother would be to teach him, okay? To die for him because I love him. Now, he's halfway across the damn country. My actions are what prove that I love this brother. It's not just me saying it. It's not just words, and we're going to prove it to you. Then we're going to get into, we should get into that first, as a matter of fact. I'm going to prove to y'all that Valentine's Day is very pagan. I got some audio here I'm going to play for y'all. Valentine's Day stems from the festival of Lupercalia, okay? It is a Roman and pagan feast day that the Romans celebrate, and it is utterly disgusting. Women were beat. For all you ladies out there that are pro or anti ass whooping, were you gonna say something?
Like before you get into that, the point you was bringing out at first, I looked up this article and it said wives are most likely to cheat the day after Valentine's.
Man, who you telling? You don't love the person that you don't love the person that you're with. You know why? Because again, loving takes a lot of action. It's great if you say it. Okay, cool. A lot of y'all who are saying it tonight, you can't show it and you can't prove it. And Mashallah just said it. You know why? Because guess what? The same person that says that they love you, if you don't give them a gift, they're going to find another Negro to do it. That's how you know. She's going to sleep with another brother because you failed to give her flowers. You failed to give her a stupid box of chocolate, which half of them are disgusting anyway. There's only one in there that's good.
Look, that's the one with the love.
Yeah, it's like toothpaste in there or something. Yeah, like come on. And because you didn't do it, 50 other brothers are going to, because that's how she receives love. So with the Lupercalia festival, it was very disgusting, man. Orgies and men with whips, with blood on it, to promote fertility and things of that nature. I'm gonna play the audio because we turn the camera around, we might lose it. But if you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. The very thing that you're celebrating tonight is the worshiping of a deity and another god. You understand? And when you do that, you can't say that you love the Lord and then you celebrating this pagan holiday tonight. You can't say that. So let me get into this little audio real fast. Mashallah, what I want you to do is, while listening, go ahead, you got it. How much you spell? No swears, oh y'all, I got you. Go ahead, brother, you got it. Hey, Shalom, little Christ, Mama. So what's happening? You good? All right, solid. Mashallah. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody says Lockie. Hey, Shalom. What's going on, Kassia? Solid, man. All right. For those of you that just tuning in right now, we're going into the pagan holiday, right? Valentine's Day, which is known better as the Lupercalia Festival. All right. It's a festival that took place on February the 15th. And the origins of this is just absolutely absurd. White men dancing around drunk and naked and beating women with whips made out of, because they were sacrificing dogs and they would sacrifice animals and then take the skin off, and they wearing the animal skin. And then they would wear thongs in that manner too, like the men. And they will whip women with these whips of animals fur with blood attached to it, which is where you get that beautiful color red from every day, every Valentine's Day. That's where you get your red from. Congratulations. But since you're celebrating it, we'll break it down right now. Let me play this audio for y'all. You got Exodus 20:3, Macho? All right, hold on to that. Let me play this audio. Brothers, if y'all can't hear it on the line, just let me know and I'll crank it up a little bit more. Hold on.
So where did Valentine's Day come from? Many people think that it's just one of those American holidays that we just partake in. It's just something that we as Americans do. But the celebration of Valentine's Day is not American. Others like to believe that it is a Christian holiday because it was named after a Christian saint by the Roman Catholic Church. But the truth is that Valentine's Day was made by the Roman Catholic Church to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia. Lupercalia was one of the most ancient Roman festivals, which was celebrated every year in honor of Lupercus, the god of fertility, also known as the god Faunus. This festival, which celebrated the coming of spring, included fertility rites, orgies, fornication, sex with minors, drunkenness, and other activities like the pairing off of women with men by lottery. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, as well as to the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus. During this time, the winter solstice is long gone, and the pagans are now seeing that the days are getting gradually longer. This was one of the most important fertility festivals for pagans. The festival was held on the 15th of February in the Lupercal, where Romulus and Remus were said to have been nurtured by the she-wolf. The place contained an altar and a grove sacred to the god Lupercus. In Lupercal, the Luperci, who were the priests, assembled on the day of Lupercalia and sacrificed goats and dogs. These animals were known for their strong sexual instinct, making them most appropriate sacrifices to the god of fertility. Then the Luperci cut thongs from the skins of the sacrificial animals and ran in two bands around the Palatine Hill. They would whip any women who came near them. A blow from the thong was supposed to make a woman fertile. It's said that young women would actually line up for the men to hit them. Now, if you just dig a little deeper, you can understand further what is being celebrated. Lupercalia is believed to be connected to the ancient Greek festival of Arcadian Lycaea and the worship of Pan. Lupercalia is the Roman form of worship of the Greek god Pan.
Let me stop it right there. Were y'all brothers able to hear that on the line on the conference call? Y'all heard that? Okay, solid. Just want to make sure y'all brothers could hear it. Now, Lupercalia, right? This is the worshiping of a deity. All right. Now, in this society we live in today, all right, our people are outside so ignorant to what they're doing when it's right here in front of you. It's right here in this class. Now, this is what love is in here. Love is what we do in the I.S.U.P.K every single day when we teach y'all these things that you're celebrating are not of our custom at all. Fun fact, when March 5th comes around here, all of you out there that celebrate Valentine's Day, that's not in the Bible, by the way, you should be in here celebrating the Feast of Purim. You should be in here. Especially if you say you're some God-fearing person that you put God first and you love the Lord so much. You really don't if you're not coming in here. Because loving God has a requirement as well, which is why I said earlier, you don't know what love is. Your love is perceived like it's a feeling. It's a feeling that you get to want to feel okay for today, which is why depression settles in today. For those of us that were in the world, what's the worst day of the year for women? Guess what? It's the day after Valentine's Day. All of the side chicks know that they side chicks tomorrow. All of the whores know that they've been whored out tomorrow. All of the women who wanted appreciation today are going to be depressed tomorrow because they didn't get it. Because of this Roman custom that you're following. And you heard what this documentary is bringing out. You heard what those men did at the time. They would pick women out of a goddamn lottery and then would sleep with them, beating them with whips because of the fact that it promoted good fertility. That's how they pleased their gods. It's a show that used to come on Stars. It's called American Gods, right? And in that show was a perfect depiction of Americans embracing the gods, the deities, to give them life and bring them to life. Now, these gods that we're talking about tonight, especially this one, Lupercalia, these are not actual gods that have power. But what happens is, because you decide to celebrate Valentine's Day, you're giving it life. I mean, what? You're making this class possible in order to destroy that demon. You're bringing it to life because you still celebrate it. Here's what you should do: not celebrate it. So that way that deity can die off in history. But you keep it breathing, and you keep that demon going by feeding it your money and your loyalty and your worship. And I know there's a Christian out there somewhere going, well, I don't worship Lupercalia. I don't even know what it is. You worshiping it today. How do you worship something? How do you do it? You have a feast, which you will tonight. You're going to have chocolate. You're going to sing to it. You're going to devote your time, and you give it money. No different from Christmas. You do the same thing then. You worship the tree. You worship that hard candy. You worshiping your girl. That's how you worship it. How do you worship the Lord? You pay tithes. You follow the commandments. You do what you are supposed to do because you were told to do it. This thing that you're doing, your oppressor told you to do it. Your oppressor told you when to love your girl. Your oppressor told you when to love your children, when to give thanks to your mom, when to honor this, when to honor that. That is not of the Lord at all. And when you worship these other gods, nothing comes of it. Nothing good is coming tonight. The only thing that's coming tonight are you and your spouse, and maybe just one of y'all. And then she's really going to be depressed, and then she's going to find a guy to give her that feeling of gratitude. You mark my words on it. Go ahead, Marshall.
Like, if I could, like you say, I was on my way. I'm talking about traffic is so heavy. 20 be crazy.
Yeah.
Traffic so heavy. Everybody's probably trying to get here, do that. They got plans set up here and set up there. And like you said earlier, having wrecks and stuff like that.
Having wrecks.
And the plans ain't gonna work out.
It ain't gonna work out.
And then the plans don't work out. Their work husband gonna be right there ready the next day.
Her work husband and his work wife are going to make up for what you didn't make up for last night, whether it be romantically in the bed or outside or something material that you couldn't provide to the spouse. They're going to get it on the other end because it's such a need to want to feel. They're chasing the feeling. They don't know what love really is. We're going to get into that too. Give me Exodus 20 and 3. Yeah, Bible shot, yeah. So that way Christians can't go, well, I ain't never know I wasn't supposed to do that. But you're going to find out tonight. You're going to find out tonight. Let me tell you something. I've been anxiously waiting to do this class. When I saw it on the schedule and I had this class, I couldn't wait. You talk about salivating at the mouth, because I remember being in the world celebrating this stupid pagan holiday and thinking that it was about love. And then after some time in your life, you realize like, it ain't really about that at all. I'm paying for this woman to like me. Which is really what it is. Go ahead.
It's like I could. I was the same way, like you saying, right? But it got to a point to where it's nothing else I could buy you. Like, what else do you want?
A black
What do
man.
you want? Then you try to be sweet and go get a teddy bear and some flowers and try to be original.
Right.
And they be like, man, get out of here. They don't want that.
Listen, you 35 years old, you 35 years old, you still doing this? You in your 30s and you're still buying teddy bears. And guess what, brothers? This day ain't for you. And I know I'm making a counter argument every time I say, give the woman this, give the woman that. I'm also going the other opposite side too, because guess what? The men get gifts too, in a way. I guess. What do you get, fellas? A tie. You get a tie, socks. A tool set. Something that's going to help fix something in the house. Like, she's giving you jobs with her gifts. Go ahead.
Like my good, sir. They love you getting a little gift card.
Yeah, right. They give you a gift card at the Kohl's, trying to tell you on the low that your attire sucks. They buying you a shirt to put on you. Things that you didn't really want.
Right. And
you just a goofball sitting there smiling and my baby love me. Oh, does she? Okay. This is how you love a man. You have to respect him.
Right.
That's hard work. You know what love is? Let me not go off. Give me Exodus 20 and 3. Hold on, hold your point. Let me get Exodus 20 and 3 real fast.
Couple times, sir. The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
No other gods before him, man. That's in Exodus, right? So this is a very simple concept to understand. And a lot of you out there who are celebrating Lupercalia tonight are putting the Lord second, if not fourth or fifth, to this Roman deity and this pagan holiday. You're putting the Lord. You can't say you love the Lord when you love to celebrate Lupercalia.
Right.
You can't serve two masters. You put more work and effort in getting into car accidents for this pagan holiday. Meanwhile, you're not driving down here for any high holy days. You don't come into class. You'll chastise us, and we're giving you the truth. We're giving you the truth. Somebody says, Salaki, go ahead. I got you.
Oh my God, sir. When you bring it out of head, and when you start to think about what's going on, it's bringing out a spirit in these sisters that's so nasty. They already dragon, but
Right.
they become a dumb dragon on this day. Because what I experienced in my slavery today is sometimes people will have stuff delivered to the building.
Yeah.
And if the sister's at work, if she didn't get flowers delivered to her job, so she's going in on her man was treatment. She don't want the flowers that he's gonna give to her. She wants to deliver to the job. Why? So the other dragon can see.
Man, look, Kasia, let me tell you something. Before you chimed in, I was just bringing it out. I know a sister right now, brother, and I wish I was playing, but I'm not. There's a sister I know right now that ordered flowers for herself and had it delivered to her job. Now, how sad is that? That a woman went to a florist and said, hey, I want these delivered. And the florist has no idea that it's for her. And she's like, well, who you send it to? And she said, oh, to a special someone, it's a secret admirer. BS, it's to you. You just look crazy. You would look crazy saying that you send them to yourself. You know how sad that is to send flowers to yourself just so your co-workers could be jealous. And two, for the sisters that are watching, you know what I'm about to say is true. They get flowers at the job to make other women jealous.
Right.
They making other women jealous. Oh, she got somebody to care for her. Yeah, no, she doesn't. She bought those for herself. She's eating candy. She spent the money and she's eating her own candy. Go ahead, Macho.
Salaki, sir.
Yeah.
And say what you say, because when she got for herself, to make the other women jealous, they gonna go home and be like, why you ain't do this for me? Why you ain't do this for me?
It's a never-ending cycle of stupidity, because that same sister who, again, I know the sister, she's going to buy something for herself to make it appear as if she's not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then those sisters who didn't get anything from their actual physical man that they have in the house are going to go chastise their man now.
Right.
All because you decided to go, hey, listen, I'm going to celebrate a pagan holiday. Now everybody is in hell now because of you. Everybody. This is a very depressing time for our people when you hear a lot of the rhetoric. I know a lot of brothers hear this. They hear this rhetoric, like sisters will go, well, since they can't find nobody, they'll go, well, I just got to learn how to love me. What the hell does that mean? What is love? What the hell does that mean? You hate you. How you go? So you mean to tell me, since you can't secure and lock a man down, you're going to stay alone to figure out how to love yourself? Loving yourself also means that you need to correct yourself too. That's a whole nother thing. You have to learn how to say, I'm being stupid right now. Because if you're just going to sit at home and just play with yourself, which is what you're going to do, really. You're going to have a cup of wine, get in the tub and show your feet and take pictures of it, put on Instagram, and then toy with yourself. That ain't self-love. That's self-pleasure for that moment. Love is correction too. If you can look yourself in the mirror and go, why can I keep a man? What is it about me that's scaring these guys off? Versus saying, well, it's all of them. It ain't me. It's always them, not me. And the brothers, y'all ain't no different. You out there banging sluts, banging whores. You ain't no different from her. You ain't no different. Neither one of you know how to love anybody. So today, the reason why I'm telling you guys that you think that you love your partner tonight when you don't, and we can prove it. You know why? Because after tonight, that person, that brother can throw that sister away. Can throw you away after this. Sisters can throw her man away, or she'll go get robbed from another brother after this. Y'all don't really love each other. Y'all playing relationship. Y'all not really in one for real. Let me tell you what love is in here, because it's a guideline to love, right? Give me once, I'm gonna prove it to you, all right? Of course, I was gonna break down how this is a feast day because it is. Lupercalia is a feast day. Y'all already know the precept for that. That's Amos 5:21, where the Lord says, I hate and despise your feast days, okay? Give me 1 John 3:18. Let me show you guys what love really is, okay? Let me show you what love really is. Love is this.
Come, the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
Stop right there. Let us not love in word. What does that mean? You can't just say it. Stop. If I tell somebody I love them, and a lot of you sisters know what I'm talking about too, because y'all hate it when a brother just says it, because he has to mean what he says. Well, how does he prove that he's in love with you? By giving you a goddamn teddy bear. You are an adult. He has to buy you a teddy bear to show. If that's the case, then you are a child in the mind. If that's what you think love really is. But love is just it's not only in word. Go ahead.
Come. Neither in tongue.
Neither in your speech. Go ahead.
But in deed and in truth.
But in what?
But in deed and in truth.
What is deed? Does anybody know what deed is? Go ahead. Right. Deed is work. Faith without deeds is dead, right? That'll be like you having a membership to a gym, but you never go. But you think that that your body looks great. You have the membership, sure. But in your mind, you're like, well, I got it, so I'm good. No, stupid. You have to work out. You have to go through the work in order to get the results that you are looking for. But today, y'all are too busy saying things and not putting in the work. And what do I mean by work? Because it says deed and in truth. Here's what deed and in truth is in here. This is why I said that this is what love is. If myself or Mashallah or Kasiyad or Azariah or any brother in this truth, when we get a rib, which is a wife, we are not, unless she goes to sleep with another man. Now, let me break that down. We have to endure whatever she is going to throw at you. So if your wife stabs you, brother, guess what? I love you, babe. We're going to work this out. We are taught and under a guideline to power through anything. That's work. But a lot of y'all out there celebrating Valentine's Day, y'all don't want to put in the work. A black woman will leave a black man for not having a job. What happened to love? Huh? Where's the work at? Why can't you stick around with that brother and really suffer what he's going through? Why can't you put up with that with him? Because you don't love him. Right. And here, if any of these brothers lose a job in here, their rib is going to hold them down, which is what you're supposed to do. But you sisters and brothers in the world are so goddamn lazy. You don't want to put in the deed and the work and the truth. You don't want to do that. It's easier to throw that spouse away and get somebody else. That's a guideline. And that's not just the UPK giving us that guideline. That guideline is in the Bible. Once you lay with that woman tonight, that's your woman forever. And you better keep her because you worked so hard giving her candy and flowers and gum. You better keep her now. Go ahead, Marshall.
Oh, God, sir. I saw a post that you posted earlier today. You said if y'all so much, if your woman loves you so much, don't bring her no gift for Valentine's.
Don't bring her no gift tonight and see how much she really loves you. See how much she loves you tonight. Yeah.
Don't take her out to dinner. See how much she loves you.
You know what? Since she loves you so much, take her to McDonald's. If it's the thought that counts, right? If love is just about the thought, right? Take her to McDonald's tonight. Get a hamburger and cut it into a heart and open up the box like you did with the wedding ring. Go, hey, look. And guess what? she's gonna look at you like an idiot. She's like, this is it. This is what my love means to you. Because you're equating her love to a Big Mac.
Right.
Because in her eyes, like her love means just as a Big Mac. And to be honest with you, you know, maybe. Go ahead, you got it. Yeah.
Because by the very standard in which the woman has created for herself in the world, she's showing you that apparently her stock is plummeted, her product is plummeted, because when she gets married, she's like, she wants a certain size ring. If you don't get that ring, you must not really love her.
Right.
And then after you got married, you got the ring, then comes Valentine's Day, now I need chocolate and this. So from ring to candy. So your value is going down.
Your stock, right. Your stock has dropped because if you ask anybody, a man or a woman, ask them how much do you think their value is in life. Like ask them how much if they could price their personality, right, and their ability to be in a relationship. Just ask anybody. Say how much. If you could tell me a value of how much you're worth, what's a number? Now you know. Brothers may not answer this question because it sounds kind of it's like, well, what you mean? You know, we kind of. But a woman would be like, man, I'm worth a whole bunch. But really, are you? How so? What is it that you do that no other woman does in this? What is it that you do differently? By the way, when you find out that you're really not worth anything, you kind of become worthless. You become worthless. You don't have any worth. Your worth is just laying down and opening your legs, which is what you're doing tonight, because this is how you give him love. You think, and a lot of sisters think that that's just it. That's all you got to do. They don't want to do no work. You don't really want to work. You know what work is? Shutting your mouth. That's work. That's a lot of damn work, man. Being able to sit down somewhere for just 10 minutes, not saying anything at all, because you're going to start to squirm, you're going to start to feel uncomfortable, fighting that demon to want to be heard and be loud and be opinionated, I'm trying to say. You can't do that. That's hard work. Being submissive is hard work. A lot of y'all out there, you with a sister right now, you don't even know who she is. You know why? Because she's hiding her real self from you. You don't know who she is. You ever be with a sister for so long and then you be like, damn, I didn't know that about you. She's not telling you everything for a reason. You say you love her and she's saying she loves you, but you don't even know who she is. But now why is she hiding that? And all the sisters in the chat, drop the answer before I give it to you. Because you know what I'm about to say. Okay, you want to drop it? Forget it. I'll tell you. Here's why she's not telling you. Because it's weak for her to give up all of her. She's trying to protect herself from you. She don't want you to know too much. Because if you know so much, then you have just a slight opportunity to use what she said against the thing that she's telling you. She fears that you're going to use it against her. That's why you don't know her. But guess what you do, stupid? You tell her everything about you. Every dark secret, every haunting thing, every bad thing you've ever done in your life, men spill it all out. And your lady, who really doesn't love you, will go, okay. She with you right now. But let something happen. Let something happen that she doesn't like. You're going to hear about it, brother. The minute that you say something against what she's saying, if you go home tonight without anything, guess what? Guess what's coming up? That dark secret. I should have known you was going to disappoint me because you always disappoint me. And that's why you were drunk. Remember the time your mother hit you when you were a kid? You're like, damn, what? That's what love is. Go ahead, Marsha.
Hey, like if I could, it's heavy you say that because you can sit and tell a woman, everything. And she, like you said, she won't really say a whole lot.
Yeah.
Then when something come up, she'll be like, well, I know you and you don't even know my favorite color. And you be like,
yeah.
You ain't never tell me.
You'll never know her. You will never know her. So how can you properly love somebody if you don't even know them? You in the house with a stranger. She knows everything about. Listen. There are brothers in the world right now that are married to their woman, and they don't even know their woman's social security number. Guess what? She knows yours. She knows yours. You let her fill out all the damn paperwork. You let anything that has anything to do with your finances. She knows. She knows how much you make. Do you know how much she makes? Hell no. You kind of know a roundabout what she makes. You never know. She knows exactly when you get paid. She knows how much you make because you went and told her. Yeah, man, they start me off at 15. And you looking at her for that approval, like, oh, word? She's like, nigga, I make more than you. But you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't even know that. Y'all not in love, man. Y'all in like. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Because in our households, guess what? It ain't no secrets in there, man.
All right.
We are telling each other everything. It's a part of vetting someone. It's a part of getting to know someone. That's how that works. If you really want to love somebody, okay, try not to get to know them at the Motel 6. Because that's what's going to happen tonight. Hotel rates go all the way up tonight. Believe me when I tell you that. Because I was in the world, I know. You rushing around trying to get a room. Rooms are $2,000 and up. You get in a room tonight because you can't go to her house. You know that, for obvious reasons, of course. And you ain't got a goddamn house to go to. All because you want to show that you love her. Okay. Here's what you can do. And this guy said this. If you want to love this woman, right, give her correction. And then two, once you're done tonight and you pull your pants up, just know that you can't leave her. Which is a black woman's biggest fear, if nothing else, is that her man is going to leave her. Or a man is going to leave her, which is why they have abandonment issues, which is why they become promiscuous and need days like today. That's the reason why. Give me that again from the top, Mashallah, please.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, right, but in deed and in truth.
Love that woman in deed and in truth. And sisters, love that brother in deed and in truth. If he gets another woman, right, love him in deed and in truth. Respect it. Put that work in. Deal with it. Because I know a lot of times, too, you want to leave. What y'all sisters are trained and raised to leave a man at a drop of a dime because of the feeling. Whenever you're not feeling happy or feeling love, you'll use that as a baseline to lead a relationship. Why? How do I know this? Because your girlfriends will come around you. How does he make you feel, girl? Oh, he's not loving me like how I want. You can go ahead and leave, and then you end up leaving. And brother, same thing. Same thing. Oh man, she ain't doing this, man. She ain't changing, man. She don't do the. I'm out, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get somebody. I'm out of, man. I ain't gonna deal with her. Both of y'all are wrong and terrible. Both of you.
Right.
Put that work in. Stop. Quit. Why can't we just work? We'll work 3 jobs and do triple doubles and doubles on all of those jobs, right? And then boast about it online, like, yo, man, I got 3 jobs, y'all. Right? I remember a time where I used to see on Facebook people going, man, I knocked out these 80 hours, man. I'm coming back tomorrow to do it again. You like, you proud of that? Why? Because it's giving you a payoff. You putting the work in to get paid, but don't want to put that equal amount of time and effort into your marriage or relationship. You're waiting for it to fail. You can't wait. I know a brother right now that his woman doesn't even like him to be asleep. You ever been in your house, right? And you sleeping, and then your lady get up early or whatever, and she just banging and she's saying, you know why she's doing that? Because if she's up, she feels like you gotta get up. Black men can't even be happy in their damn sleep. You can't be asleep. If she has a dream that you're cheating, guess what? In her mind, you're cheating. You're cheating. This is a real thing. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. It's a very delusional state that we live in. It is weird out here in these streets. And brothers, the same thing. You looking at this sister you're talking to, mind you stole her from a guy. And then when you get with her phone going off all times of the goddamn night, and you just letting it sit, you ain't really saying nothing. But now you start questioning it. And what is she going to do? Ensure you that it ain't nobody else? You took her from the guy. As a matter of fact, you may know. You may know the dude. Oh, man, he don't treat you like, man, why he don't treat you good like that? If he was with me, I'd be treating you better. You know what I'm saying? She's a whore. Why do you think she's having sex with you, dummy? Because you're treating her better. You're giving her the feeling that the other guy isn't giving her. So you ignorantly want to take on his headache and go, well, I'm going to be there for her. She cheated on him, dummy. What do you think she's going to do with you? Be honest.
Right.
Come on, man. Y'all don't know what the true love is. If you don't know what the love of God is, you would not know how to love anybody else.
Right.
You wouldn't know how to love anybody else because you don't know what the love of God is. Precept. What's the love of God? Y'all thought I was going to ask. Y'all thought I don't say precept, right? You think I just talk? Go ahead. Who says Salaki? Uh-huh.
For the love of God, you can find that in 1 John 5:3.
There it is. Give that brother a hand because he found it. My Shala kind of had it too. My Shala had it first. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. My Shala had it first. But you said Salaki first. I'll give it to you. Go ahead. My Shala, you got it right.
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead, read nice and loud for the people at home who think that they're in love. Yeah. I said you might have all right because my Shala fell off.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
For what?
For this is the love of God.
You hear that word love, and a lot of you people at home, you Christians and whoever the hell else, y'all like using that word love. But again, stop using the word, man, if you don't have any work or anything dedicated to backing up your claim of loving somebody. It's just like court. You can't just go in there, hey, man, this brother stole. You have to provide the proof. You need the proof in order for me to believe what you're saying out of your mouth. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. That we keep his commandments.
Uh-huh.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Listen, we just said earlier that you shall not make any other gods before the Lord, right? Is that a commandment? Anybody want to take a stab at it? It's a commandment.
Okay.
He's telling you not to do something. Do not do this. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not put another God before me. It's a law. And yet, you Christians out there, you're thinking that you're doing a good thing tonight because it's just a teddy bear. It's just a candy necklace or whatever. I don't know what they're doing now. Do they still do that? Do they still do those nasty them tablets, the ones that look like Tums and they got the stupid words on it like I love you? It's candy. It's like this. I don't know what the hell it is.
Sweet tarts, I think. Like
no, they ain't sweet at all. They
little in the box. What you talking about?
They come in this Altoid can, and they look like Tums. They supposed to be either way. you're out there giving women anti-indigestion medication with the words "I love you" on it. You don't love her, and she don't love you because y'all don't follow the commandments. I had a battle with somebody on Saturday that said the old law is done away with. Well, where the hell are the commandments at? Because a lot of these Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses, they follow the 10 commandments only, right? So, like, where are those located at? If the old law is done away with, where are they? So, can you kill somebody? Y'all you like to say that you love the Lord, but you don't know what the love of God is. To love the Lord, you have to follow the commandments. You shouldn't put another God before the Lord. That's a rule. It's a law. But you don't love the Lord. And we're bringing it out tonight to show you that not only do you not love the Lord, you don't love your spouse either. And you don't love your kids.
Right.
You'll mourn for them if something happens. Just like you will mourn for a pet. You'll mourn for them. But what work do you do of deed and truth to show them that you do love them? Brotherhood is what we're doing here. This is titled the Brotherhood class, right?
Right.
Now, because I love the Lord, I'm commanded to do a job. It's my responsibility to take care of 1,000 men under me. All these brothers on the phone, the brother in here, outside, you name it. That's my responsibility because of the love that I have for the Lord, I know how to love a brother and a sister in this truth, and their children, by the way. That's my responsibility. That's the oath that I took and that we took in this school. But you out there who are celebrating, go ahead, somebody says, "Lock it, my bad." Right. For those of you that celebrating Valentine's Day, you don't love nobody but your damn self. That's really what this is about. Valentine's Day is about being selfish and people proving to you how much they care about you. When in actuality, they don't give a damn about you, which is why they value your love as a box of chocolate. That's the value of what they think your love is worth. A box of chocolate, a quick bang in a hotel room, and some rose petals? Remember what that was like, fellas? You're laying rose petals down. You're like, oh, it's romantic tonight. Oh, yeah. Listen, the word romantic, as it pertains to Lupercalia, right? If you ever notice the word romantic has the word Roman in it, which is what that festival was about. Same thing that you're going to do tonight. You're going to get drunk, which they did. You're going to be experiencing orgies and sex and all that stuff tonight, which they did. Then on top of that, there will be some bloodshed somewhere. I saw it driving here tonight. Car accidents, police all outside. Why the hell are the cops outside on the day of love? Why are they outside on the day of love?
Right.
Shouldn't the streets be clean? Shouldn't the streets be empty tonight? Why is there chaos? Why is there chaos outside? Go ahead, you got it. You damn right about that, and maybe not. Maybe not. Listen, man. Listen, the antibiotics are going to be at all-time request tomorrow. You best believe that. Penicillin too. With all of the filth that's going to go on tonight, and riots. Just think about Lupercalia, that festival. Like, it was a lot of. You know how when football players, like the Super Bowl just happened, right? And you see like our oppressor, his people out there tossing cars over. It was very riot-like. These festivals were very riot-like. The origins of them started with white men in caves, right? And they will worship and sacrifice animals and a dog because the Lupercalia is a representation of a she-wolf. And you can look this up yourself. It's a very real thing, okay? And they couldn't get a real dog in the place of a wolf. And they would have these cats line up, and then they would get naked and get drunk, and God knows everything else, man. Whipping women with all types of stuff. You get the point, right? And now, thousands of years later, the traditions of those men still exist because tonight you're going to get drunk. Alcohol is going to go through the roof. There's going to be violence tonight. There will be no love happening tonight. Not at all. There's going to be thousands of videos made of women, wife exposed. I was hitting his wife when he was at work. Pictures of sisters with men in bed and sending it, posting it all over the internet. Oh, you thought he was with you last night, bitch? You know how I go. You know how it's going to go tonight. All to say what? He loves me instead of you. She loves me instead of you. Which is all it's really about in the first place. Give me, I want to prove a point too about that 1 John 5:3. It says, for this is the love of God that we keep his commandments. Go back to 1 John 3:18. Okay, this is the heaviest part that I'll bring out right now, okay? Any questions in the class, in the room, or online? Go ahead and hit me with them now.
Sir, the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. Mm-hmm. My little children, right, let us not love in word, right, neither in tongue, right, but in deed and in truth. Listen, we just said it earlier today. Love is not in word. You can talk that game all you want to, brother. You could say you love a woman 50 times a day. You could call her queen and grand rising, sweetie, and all that stuff.
If you lay with her, you stay with her. That's how you show that you love her, and you correct her too. Those demons that she has, fight them. Fight them. That's work, bro. Let me tell you something. And I'm telling you firsthand, fighting and warring with a woman's demons, plural, is a hard goddamn job, brother.
Right.
And the more ribs you got, the worse the battle. All right? And you have to correct it. You got to fight it. If you just thinking you ain't nothing wrong with your woman, you crazy, bro. You are crazy. And you don't know her. And the same thing for you sisters. When that brother's going through depression and having the oppressor's foot on his neck, and he on child support, for God's sakes, I mean, damn. There's brothers out here right now that have to see their kids through a phone or through behind a glass wall. You got to stay rocking with that brother, man. You got to stay with him. The only way you're allowed to divorce him is if he dies.
Right.
That's the only way you're getting out of that. You got to stay with him. Put that work in. Stop being so lazy in your relationship, but at your slavery, you're the employee of the month every year at your job, but yet you're the worst wife of the decade in the house. Employee of the month at the job, terrible wife at home. You slacking on one of your jobs, baby. One is more important than the other. And the same thing with you brothers. Same thing. Be a leader. Stand up, be a man.
All right.
Take charge. Make decisions. Stop with the, I don't want to do it. There's nothing worse than seeing a brother that don't take charge. That's what she gonna say that anyway, because that's how they perceive love. They look at love like that. They look at you and want to be. A woman looks at you and wants to be able to say, I know he got it. Mashallah, you called me we talked last night, right?
Right.
And I'm not putting your business out there. Mashallah said something that resonated enough for me to bring it up in this context. Mashallah was dealing with something in his house, right? And I think somebody came along, I think it was Jared, came along and said, he was like, I got this and I already handled this. We good? Mm-hmm. And I said, damn right. She ain't say nothing.
Right.
Because he got it.
Damn right.
He got it.
Right.
That's what it's about, man. When your woman looks at you and she goes, oh, I know he ain't gonna, oh God. Let me just do it because I know he ain't gonna do it. Then you got a problem. There's gonna be some uncomfortable vibes in the house. It's gonna be something wrong because she can't count on you to be a man because you don't even want to be because you don't really know what it is.
Yeah, right.
But when your woman looks at you and is like, I know he got it, she ain't gotta worry about nothing. That's love. She loves you. She'll respect you more because of it. And you ain't, listen, Mashallah didn't even gotta buy a goddamn teddy bear tonight. He said, baby, I got it. I already took care of it. We good. I can hear her sighing. I don't know. Maybe it's my ear. But I did get new headphones, so I don't know.
Yeah,
my earbuds sometimes be making like little static.
Hey, you heard it right.
Yeah.
You heard it right.
He said, no, I got this. And vice versa too, ladies. You have to put in that work in to be submissive and to be the piece that he needs. You understand? There's a difference between the piece and the side piece. There's a total different thing. Them brothers outside in the world right now celebrating this stupid pagan holiday, those are side pieces. Them are side pieces. You want to be his piece, not a side piece. There's a total difference, all right? Drop me down. Go ahead to 19.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 19. And hereby we know that we are of the truth.
Come on, man. Yep.
And shall assure our hearts before him.
Our hearts before him, right? Good. Keep going.
Verse 20. For it is our heart condemn us. God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things.
Listen, if your heart condemns you, the Lord is greater than your heart. And he knows everything. So and this is not to say, because a lot of preachers go, oh, God knows my heart. He knows you. He knows you. He knows that you're trash. He knows that tonight you're taking part in a pagan festival. And I know a lot of you saying, oh, well, God knows my heart. You say that because your intentions are good. Again, a feeling. A pedophile will say, well, I didn't mean to rape her. You know, my God knows my heart. I didn't really mean to do it. But his actions prove something totally different.
Right.
A pedophile says that he loves children. How can he say he loves a child if he's victimizing and hurting one? Because love is an action. It's what you do. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 20. For if our heart condemn us, God is greater than our heart and knows all things.
Right.
Verse 21. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence towards God.
That's what's happening here. Like our minds, that's what the heart is. And I'm using heart for the very sole purpose of tonight. Our minds don't condemn us in this way. This world doesn't faze us because we don't worship anything of this world. Somebody give me that precept too. Love not the world. Not you, Marshall. You hold that. Anybody want to just hold it? When I come to you, just read it, all right? Love not the world, neither of the things in this world, okay? So the things outside that doesn't bother us because we are not of the world. And because we're not of the world, we're able to follow the Most High, which is what we're supposed to do in the first place. None of us in here, me, Mashallah, no officers, no young man or trooper online is worrying about our woman tonight not feeling no type of way because we didn't come home with a damn bear.
Right.
We don't give a good goddamn about that at all. And we're not worrying about it because our confidence and our trust is in the Lord.
Right.
And here's where the kicker comes in. All right. Here's the kicker. A lot of you out there are looking for a good spouse. And I'm specifically talking about the women on this one because I hear this out of your mouths more. You want God to send you a good man. You want God to send you this perfect man. You want God to do this. You keep asking God to do things for you, and yet you have done shit for him, Salaki.
Right.
You haven't done anything. He put obstacles in front of your way. Now you telling him to come move it. Oh, Lord, if you could just come. He's not a genie. You keep using the Lord as this genie to give you the perfect man when in actuality, decent men have come into your life, but you are too goddamn lazy to put the work in to make your relationship perfect. You're too lazy. You want the Lord to work for you, and you don't want to do nothing for him. You don't want to follow the commandments. You don't want to be a decent sister, and you don't want to be a decent brother too, because you brothers ain't off the hook either. Right. You don't want to put the work in to change you, yet you want the Lord to do something great in your life, and you've done nothing for him. Why should he? Because you're spoiled. You spoiled. And you do nothing. You put no work in to get any of the things that you think you deserve. You keep asking God for a perfect man. Here's why you're not getting one. Keep going.
Verse 22. And whatsoever we ask and receive of him, because we keep his commandments.
We what?
Because we keep commandments.
Keep going.
And do the things that are pleasing in his sight.
That's why we don't worry about nothing that I.S.U.P.K. That's why.
Right.
That's why. We do the commandments. And because we follow the commandments, we're good in here. We're okay. You have to get on this train. You have to get on this truth and on this wagon because guess what? We're the ones teaching you how to be better. You're following a pagan holiday off of a goddamn she-wolf, and you thinking that thing is going to give you the thing that you're asking for. Verse 22 is very heavy because a lot of y'all be asking for a man, asking for this and asking for that and asking and asking and asking. Let me tell you something about the truth. We don't have to ask for anything.
Right.
We don't have to ask for nothing. When the families come in here and we have a good time, we don't have to pray and ask the Lord, hey, I hope nobody looks at my rib. I hope the brothers don't fight. We never have to pray and ask for these things. Because if you follow in the Lord in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood, you don't have to worry about it, which is the whole point. But because you want to follow a she-wolf and you want to follow this pagan holiday, guess what you're going to do? You're going to worry about everything. Brothers, you're going to worry about if those flowers are good enough. You're going to worry about if you're stroking her right. You're going to worry about all of this stupid nonsense that is not of good sight to the Lord at all. Read 22 again, because I love that precept so much.
Come, sir. The book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 22. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments.
Right.
And do things that are pleasing in his sight.
You think that Valentine's Day is pleasing in the sight of the Lord? You think that today is pleasing in the sight of the Lord? If that was the case, there wouldn't be a goddamn 17-car pileup over there on whatever, what's that, Rainbow Road or whatever. Cars, police all outside. Violence is going to be at an all-time high. Jealousy is going to go through the roof. You wait and see. Look on Facebook tonight. Go on TikTok tonight. I put it on my page the other day. I've never seen so many ass advertisements in my life. Women sitting on top of sinks. Oh, yeah, I know you like this. Breast. Private parts in the public. All because they want to be loved tonight. Because if tonight they don't get that little feeling of love, they'll feel worthless. Because nobody gave me anything. Brothers will sit at home dry as hell, all right, and wishing that they had somebody tonight. So they're going to drunk text in their phone any little piece of trim. And that, let me tell you something. The last resort is usually the ugliest resort, all right? Let me just be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest because I'm required to have to be. It's law. The last resort, if a sister gets a call tonight at what, mashallah, maybe what, 2 o'clock in the morning? Right. You are the last resort. That means that everything is off, right? Nothing's off limits. And you were the last choice. You were the last option. You know, he got to take the L. He got to be like, listen, you know, I got to knock something out the park tonight. I have to because it's Valentine's Day. I got to do it. And he will sleep with a hyena because of it. He will. You at a club tonight partying? If you that sister that's telling the girl, come on, girl, you know, come on, girl, no, thank you. She don't need that. We're good. Like, no, he wasn't talking to you. He was talking to her. So if you're that one, that's who we talking about, you know. But that's not pleasing in the sight of the Lord. Tonight is not pleasing at all. Because if it was, it would look more glorious outside. You know what's glorious and pleasing in the sight of the Lord? Passover.
Damn right.
It's coming up on April 1st.
Damn right.
All right, that's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord. That's very pleasing. Look at those pictures. If you go to I.S.U.P.K_Atlanta on TikTok, which you absolutely should do. I don't know why you haven't done it yet. Look at the pictures of all the feast days. Go to I.S.U.P.K ATL on Instagram. The feast days are absolutely glorious. Nobody gets in trouble. We don't get arrested. The building didn't blow up. None of that. That's glorious. That's pleasing in the sight of the Lord. Black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people getting together, having fun without fighting or worrying about boning somebody's woman or somebody taking your man. That is glorious in the eyes of the Lord because that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
Right.
He don't want you prostituting yourself in a goddamn dirty Motel 6 or wherever it is you go to hide from your real spouse. Tonight, sneaking around with your work wife. And that's the reason why you have to do it. I'm sneaking around because, you know, yeah. And if it, you know, you feel good about it, you know, it's like, ooh, we naughty. Yeah, you're naughty and you're disgusting.
Right.
Read verse 23.
Verse 23. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of the Son of Jesus Christ and love one another as he gave us commandment.
And what should we do? Love what?
Love one another as he gave us commandment.
That's what we should be doing. That. But if you don't know what the love of God is, you don't know that brotherhood is a commandment, sisterhood is a commandment. You can't love your spouse if you don't know what love is.
Right.
When you go back up to verse 18, it's not just with words. It ain't just with some smooth talking. You have to put in a hell of a lot of work to say that you love somebody. Love ain't this thing. Halle Berry said it best. Boomerang, she said, love is not this disease that you catch. You know, I'm tired of men using it as a disease that, you know, I think she cheated on her man too. But anyway, nonetheless, love is a very heavy thing, especially if you say that you love somebody. Because you say you love your kids, right? But Do you correct them? No, which means you don't love them. Fellas, when your girl is about to go out and she has her breast hanging out, right? Do you love her enough to protect her in saying, hey, baby, nah, that ain't it. You got to put something else on. And then she'll go, well, why? No, because, you know, those are private parts. Okay, you're supposed to cover that. That's for me. You ain't going out there like that. You ain't no whore. Are you a whore or not? But yeah, but you know, I'm hanging out with the girls and I got the girl. No. I don't give a. As a matter of fact, who are you going out with?
Right.
A lot of times too, sisters in the world, you think that that's him being jealous. No, that's him love. He's protecting you. That's protection. Now, if you're dating a brother who don't give a damn if your breasts are out or not, then he doesn't love you, because guess what? Pimps don't love whores either. Those whores that the pimps have in his stable, he beats them and lets them go and blow men in cars and collects the money, which is what you're doing. You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. This brother is trying to love you by protecting you, and you're combating it because, you know, you can get another one of him. You got to put your foot down, brother. Hey, listen, you go ahead like a whore, we're going to have a big problem. And really make her feel like it. Feel bad about it, too. Listen, sometimes you got to break a woman down, man. You got to break her down. If you want the best out of your woman, take that high spirit, that high horse she's sitting on, and cut the goddamn legs off of it. That's love right there.
Damn right.
Break her down. So when she's talking to you, she damn near looking like this. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Break her down, man. Break that spirit off of her. And let her girlfriends know that there's a man that cares about me enough to tell me to cover my behind so that way I don't get raped out here in these streets. Or get hit on in a way that suggests that I am a whore. That's how you show love. That's an action. You changing your life and changing the way you operate and do things because you care about the person. And if she loves you, she would do it. If she doesn't love you, by the way, you're going to hear about it. What is she going to say? You can't change me. This is how you met me. You can't change me. You ain't my daddy. You're going to hear stupid things like that. You ain't my daddy. You can't be changing me. I'm just having fun. This is what I did. No, that's what you did. We together. That ain't happening. Point blank period. And vice versa too. Ladies, if your man tries to put on some goddamn see-through pants to go outside to a club and you go, what you going with those? Oh no, man, I'm just going out with my see-through pants on. Why are you wearing see-through pants? Tell them change. You're not for the public. If you're for the public, I don't need to be with you. I need a woman like a private school, all right? It's hard for men to get into, and the only quality. If this ain't, I'm good. Let some other nigga apply. I can't. Did somebody pull Love Not the World? I need that too. Real quick. You got it, Cassius? All right, let me get it, bro. Yeah.
The book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, either the things that are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
As a matter of fact, Mashallah, pull that for me, the water, Cassius, because I know that the mic is kind of far, so I don't know if the people are going to be able to hear you. Mashallah, just pull that for me real fast.
What was it again?
Love Not the World. Which one? Where's that on, Cassius?
1 John 2.
It's on, brother. Love not the world, neither the things in the world. Yeah, we got it. The water, Cassius.
Come on, in the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Right.
Love not the world.
Love what?
Love not the world.
Go ahead.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Love not the world. Love not the world. Now, for a Christian out there that says God loves everybody, right? And this is usually y'all use John 3:16 for this, right? What is the word world? What does it mean? What context is it in? Y'all don't deal with context. There's a whole bunch of worlds. Disney World, Sea World. If I'm the damn UFC heavyweight world champion, Am I a WWE World Heavyweight Champion? No, they're two different worlds. There was a goddamn show called Different World, for God's sakes, and it was about the world of college. Okay, so love not this world, love not this society, the things that are in this world. What is in this world besides Valentine's Day? Give me some things in this world for the people that we are teaching online. Marshall, you got something?
I mean, just the holidays and
Right.
Like the stuff we push is not. I ain't gonna say the stuff that we push.
Right.
Like people like to get high.
People like, right, that's of this world.
That's
they condone it. They love it.
People love whores.
They love whores. They condone it. They love it. Right.
They'll put their job over their own people. You know
right.
what I'm saying? They love the world.
Right. You can't love this world and the things that are in this world, the things that are of this world. Valentine's Day is of this world. The Feast of Purim is not of this world.
Yeah, right.
You understand? That's a whole nother world. You know why? Because we are separate from this place. We are holy. Holy means separate. Okay? We do things based off of the fact that we are holy. If we were unholy, we will be out buying teddy bears tonight and listening to goddamn Carl Thomas. Go ahead.
I could add on that too. Not loving the world, like you said, it's Valentine's Day. A lot of women, they plan to do what they with. They want some money or they want jewelry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jewelry.
And then when you try to get traditional with them, because you trying to like them, and you go get them a teddy bear, and they don't want the red roses no more. They want the yellow ones and the white ones. You gotta get creative now.
Yeah, they want all of it. We're not of this world, because the Lord says, "Love not the world and be." Go ahead, keep on.
Come. Neither of the things that are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Read that last part again.
Come. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Based on what we read earlier, we taught you what the love of God was. And we teaching you about brotherhood and how you're supposed to love another one of your brothers and or sisters, right? Now, this precept is specifically targeting anybody that says that they love the Lord. Because if you do, you can't love the things that are in this world, because the things of this world are not of the Lord. None of it. None of it is. And I know in your heart of hearts, and I'm using a lot of words like heart and love tonight, because that's the ebb and flow and the theme of this overall discuss stupid day. Love and hearts and candy and red and chocolate, and I'm using it for a very good reason. To show y'all that you don't love the person that you're laying with tonight. You don't. You don't even love your children like you think you do. You have a strong care, but you have an even more aggressive I hate you deep down inside, because you will abandon your children, you will abort your babies, you will leave your husband, you will leave your wife at a drop of a dime for anything, period. You don't raise your kids in a way where they can learn how to become better and holy. You teach them how to worship pagan gods and deities and celebrate Halloween and Christmas, all because it's fun. But yet you insult the Lord by having a goddamn Bible in your house on the table open up. Talking about y'all God-fearing people. You God-fearing Christians. You know who fears the Lord? We fear the Lord. Because we know for a solitary second, if we step outside of the realm of this world that we're in, we are doomed. You know how many people leave the truth, man? And then we have to watch at a far distance them being destroyed. I don't want that problem, man. I don't want that type of problem, because it looks like more hell has come upon them versus them being in here. When you in here, yeah, Satan, he gonna test you. That's for damn sure. That's his job, and he is very good at it. He's very good at it. But when you transition from the truth and then you leave the truth, Satan and the rest of them demons, they coming back. They coming back. You like fresh meat on the grill again. It coming back times 10. People leave the truth, man. They on drugs, shooting heroin. They all messed up, becoming whores and prostitutes. Men, you can't damn near half near recognize them. They wearing fringes on the shirt, putting fringes. I remember one time we were somewhere, man. I seen this cat have fringes on his socks. I forgot where we was at. Me and the cops were somewhere, I think. I seen this cat with fringes. I was like, come on, man. Come on. You look destroyed. You know what I mean? There's a look that people have on their faces. When we go places, because we, how can I put it the way they can understand? Because we don't follow the laws of the world as far as like what y'all worship out there. When we go places, especially the brothers, people look at us different. They treat us differently. They look at us in a way like they go like where y'all from? You know, like if we ever go anywhere together, all the brothers, right? And we geared up, man. We got the headpieces on, we got everything, armbands, you name it, right? People look at us, what's this about? What y'all got to do all this? What's this going on here? What y'all got to hit? Because they ain't never seen nothing like that before. Man, holy, righteous, and to men it's terrifying. Go ahead,
I could. Mm-hmm. It's like when we go somewhere or we do something or whatever, you know, brothers in the world think because they got Jordans on, they got a chain on and all that, they think they gonna get some attention. But when we step in the building,
sure,
it's like the record stop. It's like everybody looking like,
right. Right. You're looking at the men of the Lord.
Yeah, right.
You're looking at the men of the Lord, the men who know that they're Israelites, and it's deeper than that. We are trained every day, and we are tested every day, right, to keep this truth, teach it to our children, because God requires us to do that. And that's work. That's work.
Right.
That's hard work. You know how hard it is to teach your child that, hey, Christmas, that's dead. And then they go to school. And then they have to explain to all of those other children that they don't celebrate Christmas, right? So now your child is getting backlash. Your child is going to have to go through the war, right? They may be 8 or whatever. Then they come home and they bring it to you. And then as a father and a mother, now you got to be like, listen, the Lord says we're teaching our kids to stand on something because we care and we love them. Go ahead, Marshall.
If I could.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing that kind of happened to me today because I got 2 younger girls. My little boy, he's older. Mm-hmm. But my 2 little girls, they don't look at it like that. They think it's just free candy.
Yeah.
They think it's free candy.
Right.
So, you know, me and my real get together, hey, call them to the school, let them know. Y'all doing any of them activities, y'all need to go somewhere else. They need to go somewhere else. Go let them sit in the lobby. They don't participate in pagan holidays.
Right.
You know, so they respect it and do that, but you know, that's what we teach our kids in our homes a lot.
Right. We teach them, man. Our kids are going to war. They don't got it easy either. They don't have it easy, man. They going to war just like we going to war. A woman got to go to work. Your rib goes to work. She wearing the shield of David, right? They start to chew her up. My mom wears the shield of David at her job, right? The slave, right? Hey, what's this about? What is this? What is this? What's that? When the so-called Jewish man wears this, nobody says nothing. Nobody questions him at all. The minute a nigga puts this on, they go, well, hey, what's that? What's this thing you got on here?
Like you ain't know.
Right. They don't question you if you wear an unk. They don't question you if you wear a cross. Nobody questions you until you put this on. The minute you put on that spirit of being God's chosen, everybody has a question.
Right.
Then the war starts. And then because we're in that war, we work hard. We have to go places and cut people up all day, every day. You go into a regular family reunion, you wearing your stuff because you ain't ashamed of it. This is what we wear now. You understand? I don't remember the last time I wore sneakers. I don't remember.
Right.
And now I got to battle war every day because they want to know. And I'm going to tell them. And then I'm battling 19 people. Mashallah battling 19 people over what we're wearing. Because a Christian, they'll jump from subject to subject to subject. You go, well, listen, you know, we the true Jews of the Bible. And they'll go, well, prove it. And you go ahead and prove it. Then they go, well, how you know that? Then you're going through Numbers 1 and 18, the lineage of Christ. You're going through all this whole gauntlet. The point is that we war.
Right.
Because we are defenders of the faith and we love the Lord that much that we are going to go out every day and to continue to teach our people the truth. That's what love is. Because if we didn't love y'all at all, if we didn't love you, we'll tell you to go out and celebrate Valentine's Day. We'll tell you that the law is done away with. We'll tell you that you can eat any unclean thing you want to because of something that Paul said or whatever the Christians talk about. We'll tell you every wrong thing to do. But we're telling you the right thing to do because we love you. Your pastor don't love you. Your leaders in here in this community don't love you. The mayor, the governor, the president, nobody loves you until you come into the truth. You're not going to know what love is tonight. You're not going to know. I know what it's like to have a demon, and then all I got to do is call a brother over me to get some counsel. Free me of that spirit. You can't even reach your pastor tonight. You know why? Because he's too busy banging your girl. That's why. Because he loves his flock so much that he's going to cater to one of the sheep tonight, personally. And for those of you that think you have a personal relationship with God, right? Because you love, I hear a lot of sisters say that too. A lot of people say that rather. I love God. I got a personal relationship with him. I love him. Jesus is my only man. He's the only man for me. If you love him so much and y'all got this personal relationship, y'all never talked about these pagan holidays? He didn't tell you about that? Y'all didn't get to that part of the relationship yet? He didn't run that past you these times that he's talking to you? Was he talking to you when you started burning sage in your house? He ain't mentioned that that's stupid and that you're putting sage before him? You brothers out there, you pastors who are molesting children that are saying that you have a personal relationship with God, he didn't tell you that what you're doing is unlawful, or did he text you, I know your heart is good, you good. Just say a couple of Hail Marys, brother. You all right with me. I know your intentions are good. Your actions are just terrible. I know you murdered somebody, but you didn't really want to do it. You were running late for work and then the nigga stepped on your shoe. And I know. Tonight is a pagan holiday. And anytime you celebrate these pagan holidays, you're putting the Lord last and putting whoever stupid God and deity is before it. And nothing good is going to come of it tonight because it's not in the sight of the Lord at all. Questions online, anybody? In the room?
No, sir.
Anyway, March 5th, Feast of Purim. April 1st, we got the Passover, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right.
Subscribe, man. We on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MeWe, Twitter. We are everywhere, man. Anywhere that is a platform, we are there. I.S.U.P.K, Atlanta. Just type in and subscribe. That's what you need to do, all right, to keep plugged into whatever it is we got going on. And with that, if we don't have any questions or comments online, I'm going to open up the floor one more time. Anybody? Go ahead, bro. Oh, ain't no sweat, man. It's my job. I love y'all, man. It's my job. You got to thank me for that. It's all right. We got it. But yeah, if anything else, pass the class off to priest and officer, my SHALAM, mighty man.
Very heavy class. Very, very, very heavy class. Let's see these security announcements. 1 second. It's a lot. Man, that was a heavy class. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After this 6-month period, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 means Salakia. Means ma'ashra, 10th in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, Feast of Purim. Remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarves, and to Google dress every time they are heading to the school. All right. Give me 1 second. Get a teacher a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijah, Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat.
Yah Matat, which means hands down. Do we have any ladies in the class? All right, with that, class dismissed.